Hi, so we see lots of people sort of make little like progress videos in a sense of them actually making stuff in the video. And if you crochet, you will already know this. If you don't, I will now show you why that doesn't really work if you crochet. Because I also make key rings with these key ring findings. You get like ones with like the chain or whatever is a bit fucked up sometimes. And like usually you can pinch the back shut and all this, but this one's like super bend. So I'm not using that for key ring because no one wants that. So we're cutting off the chain so we can use the ring at the top for something else. You're also not going to see half of what I'm doing. That's just the vibe of this video. So this is the little kind of hanger at the top of like a hanging pot. So there's the pot, there's like the little strings it hangs from, there is you know, sewing those strings on and all that, kind of making sure they're even. There is threading this on the strings first before you sewed all of them on, which surprisingly I forget quite a lot, but anyway, I digress. And then, you know, you have to make a base and you have to make the little oh shoot, you have to make the little dangly plant thing, and then, you know, you have to sew that in, blah 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 blah. So there's a fair amount of work involved, and it's not necessarily fast work. I always get like heaps of people asking me how long it takes to make my stuff at the markets and that sort of thing, but the truth is, like, I don't really time myself. I have no idea. And also, like, I don't really normally make an item like start to finish in one sitting, or just like really in one go, because I normally make like a bunch of the little hanging plant things, or you know, make a bunch of bases, and then that's just kind of how it comes together that way. So no, I don't actually know how long things really take, but it also depends on the yarn, kind of like, you know, because there's different yarn sizes kind of just take different amounts of times to work up. And also sometimes it kind of depends a little bit on how hard the yarn is actually to work with. Some types of yarns are like a big pain in the ass. Why does this have a thing sticking out? Oh, that was way too much. So I just had like a weird little... Sometimes you just fuck up and then it takes twice as long because you are an idiot. This might not happen as much to other people. I don't want to speak for other people being idiots, but I do in fact know that I'm a bit of an idiot. But yeah, so there's just like heaps of different factors that go into how long things actually take. But this is the one tiny little loop thing that you're hanging things from. Exciting.